What is WWE Executive Chairman Vince McMahon's current focus on the WWE creative team? Details on that. Plus, Sami Zayn will be wrestling in Saudi Arabia for the first time since WWE started doing events there in 2018. And now we know the reason why he is allowed to once again travel to the country. Details on that. Plus, LA Knight could have a new tag team partner on SmackDown, with a new tag team being formed very soon. Did Edge's promo on social media affect plans for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship Triple Threat match this past Friday on SmackDown? Details on that. Plus, Rhea Ripley says she hopes the Judgment Day isn't going anywhere anytime soon, and one WWE superstar wants new entrance music. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestle News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of World Wrestling Entertainment. Let's start off talking about WWE's Executive Chairman Vince McMahon. And an update has emerged on Vince McMahon's contributions to WWE Creative, with the Executive Chairman's focus now revealed. Since Vince McMahon's return to the WWE Board of Directors in January, rumours have been swirling about McMahon potentially taking back creative control, a position he held prior to his retirement last year. While WWE President Nick Khan previously stated that Triple H still oversees creative as the company's chief content officer, Khan also indicated that Triple H will occasionally seek input from Vince McMahon, given McMahon's vast experience. Per Wade Keller on PW Torch, McMahon is currently focused on building WWE's babyfaces, noting that Triple H is more interested in building the heel roster. Keller said, quote, "The wrestlers who are more sympathetic or okay with, or even somewhat happy with Vince returning, the wrestlers I talk to directly like Vince better, but they also indicated that they are not alone, and there are people who are happy Vince is back. It's natural that some wrestlers would think that they were getting a better push under Vince McMahon than Paul Levesque, because every booker is going to have their favorites that they like a little more than the others, and those people get a boost, and others will be like, hey, I think I was in a better position under Vince. Some of it is just that. It's purely based on self-interest, and they were getting a better push." One person I asked said they think that Vince McMahon is more focused on building strong baby faces, and Paul Levesque has more of a focus and interest in building heels. The tournament for the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship began on this week's episode of Raw and continued on SmackDown. Following both shows, we now know that Seth freaking Rollins and AJ Styles will face off for the new world title at Night of Champions. Coincidentally or not, they are both baby faces. Does that mean anything? What do you guys think? Do you think that Vince McMahon has a more babyface-focused booking style and Triple H has a more heel-focused booking style? And can Vince McMahon focus on just baby faces when it comes to creative in WWE? Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below. Now, quite a big surprise this past Friday on SmackDown was the announcement of a WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championship match at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. Roman Reigns will be teaming with Solo Sikoa to take on the champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, which is significant because Owens hasn't wrestled at a Saudi Arabia WWE pay-per-view since 2018's Greatest Royal Rumble, where Sami Zayn has never wrestled in a Saudi Arabian WWE event. Now, there's a possible reason why Sami Zayn can now compete at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia following his shocking match announcement. Zayn, as I mentioned, hasn't competed on any WWE Saudi Arabia events since the partnership began in 2018 due to his Syrian descent. Because of this, many expected the WWE Tag Team Champions to skip the May 27 Premium Live event. However, an interesting title match was announced on Friday's edition of SmackDown. During the show, Paul Heyman confirmed that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will defend their gold against Solo Sikoa and WWE Undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Now, this announcement was surprising in several ways, with fans not expecting Zayn and Owens to have a match at the Saudi show, let alone against WWE's top champion. On Tuesday, May 9, CNN reported that Saudi Arabia and Syria have resumed the work of diplomatic missions in both countries, according to state media. There were previously tensions between the two countries after Saudi Arabia cut ties with Syria in 2012 due to the handling of Syria's civil war. Prior to the announcement that diplomatic missions would be resuming, Syria was readmitted to the Arab League. While Zayn has yet to wrestle at a WWE Premium Live event in Saudi Arabia, it has already been proven that he's popular among fans in the country, with Roman Reigns forced to acknowledge chants of "We want Sami" at the Crown Jewel 2022 press conference last November. As I mentioned at Night of Champions, not only will be getting that tag team title match, but also will be getting that World Heavyweight Championship match between AJ Styles and Seth freaking Rollins. As far as Roman Reigns' thoughts on this tag team championship match, to the surprise of many, as I mentioned, it was revealed that the Usos wouldn't be challenging Zayn and Owens, rather it being Reigns and Sikoa announced as the title challengers instead. Reigns is now taking to Twitter to share a bold prediction, or perhaps a spoiler, saying, quote, "I'm about to have all the titles, hashtag WWE Night of Champions at WWE Solo Sikoa." Reigns is recognized as the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion after unifying the WWE and Universal titles in April 2022. The Tribal Chief has held the Universal Championship for almost 1,000 days after winning the gold in August. Zayn and Owens won the tag team titles from the Usos at WrestleMania 39 and defeated them once again in a title rematch on the April 28th episode of SmackDown. And as I mentioned, it looks like Sami Zayn, well, he is going to be wrestling for the first time in Saudi Arabia since the partnership between the country and the company began in 2018. Speaking of tag teams, LA Knight may have a new tag team partner. This Friday's episode of SmackDown was the first episode of the show with the rosters in effect following the 2023 WWE draft. The show saw many of the new debuts from the newly called up NXT stars, but one name who was missing from the show was the ever popular LA Knight. Yeah! However, though Knight did not appear on SmackDown himself, he did make an appearance on the SmackDown Lowdown. On the show, Megan Morant was interviewing new SmackDown draftees, the Street Profits, only to be interrupted by LA Knight, who ran down the former champions. Knight then challenged the Street Profits to a match, saying he could beat them teaming with anyone, before he called over none other than Rick Boogs, saying that he and Boogs would beat the Street Profits. Some are speculating this could be the beginning of a new tag team with LA Knight and Rick Boogs on SmackDown. Is that something you would like to see, or should LA Knight be involved higher up the card in singles competition? Let me know your thoughts as always. Now, a lot of people were talking about, obviously, the World Heavyweight Championship, the tournament, the matches on SmackDown, the two triple threat matches, the semi-final match. Obviously, we now know that AJ Styles will be facing Seth Rollins at Night of Champions, but some people thought that Edge could possibly go after the championship that looks like the one he never lost when he was forced to retire in 2011. The finals of the tournament to crown the new World Heavyweight Champion are now set, with AJ Styles punching his ticket to Night of Champions on Friday's episode of SmackDown. The result came as a bit of a shock to some, as Edge had recently shared a video to social media about wanting to win back the World Heavyweight Championship that he was forced to relinquish when he retired back in 2011. Many believe the video implied that Edge would be going to the championship match at Night of Champions, if not even winning the title on the show. However, per Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, the decision for Styles to advance to the finals was made before Edge posted his promo to social media. By proxy of winning the SmackDown side of the tournament, not only does AJ earn a World Heavyweight Championship match with Seth Rollins, but more importantly, he will have an appearance on the SmackDown premiere episode of The Grayson Waller Effect on next week's Blue Brand broadcast. Now, prior to actually the show going on the air on Friday, we saw an interesting presentation on social media, shall we say. Many WWE SmackDown viewers were confused when Friday's episode of the show kicked off. The show kicked off with the highly anticipated triple threat match between Edge, Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles in the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. Only Edge made his entrance for the match on the show, with Styles and Mysterio already in the ring as the show started. Well, AJ and Rey actually had their entrances shown, just not on the SmackDown broadcast, instead being streamed live on social media minutes before the show went live. Per Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, WWE's new method of going live on social media minutes before the show is to serve as an active reminder the show is starting. This is something that AEW has done quite a bit recently, particularly with their Rampage shows and also other shows. They've done it with Dynamite before. Some people said, oh, it's copying, it's this, that, and the other. It's not really. Everyone copies from each other. This is pro wrestling. Rhea Ripley, of course, has had a meteoric rise over the past year since she joined up with the Judgment Day. She's the current SmackDown Women's Champion. Originally aligning with Edge and Damian Priest, and now Priest, Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, the Judgment Day have been one of the top acts on WWE television. The group have come into their own over the past year, and if it was up to Rhea, the group wouldn't break up anytime soon. Speaking to Peter Rosenberg on Cheap Heat, Rhea said she loves working with the group and that she believes it can go on for a long time. She said, quotes, "Yeah, I really want it to go as long as it can go. I'm I'm loving every single minute of work when the boys are there, and I think we could really drag it out and have it go for a long time. At the end of the day, yes, we are the most random group of people. We have an Irishman, a Puerto Rican, a Mexican, and an Australian, but we click so well, and it feels so strange when I'm at work and I know that the boys aren't there. Like when I was going to SmackDown for a little bit and they weren't there, they were on the UK tour, I was like, I don't really know how to act right now. I miss my family, I miss my boys. So I really want to see it progress and grow, and if we get new members, we get new members. But I want to see the Judgment Day become this massive faction within the WWE that is so unstoppable, and I think we can accomplish that. At the end of the day, I want to see my boys with championships while I hold mine. Now, recently there has been speculation that a new member could be added to the group, namely JD McDonough, a protege of Finn Balor's, who was called up to Raw in the draft. Rhea and the rest of the group were also drafted to Raw in the 2023 WWE draft. On this week's episode of Raw, Rhea Ripley seemingly set up a feud with Natalya for the SmackDown Women's Championship, despite the fact she's on Raw, and they haven't decided what they're going to do with the titles just yet. Swap them or do something. We still don't know. Finally, could Baron Corbin get new music? Well, he wants it. He certainly wants new music. Now, in recent years, many WWE stars have debuted new theme music due to issues regarding the former music creator, the CFOs. WWE's new themes have been heavily criticized by fans who believe most of them have been downgrades from the songs that they had replaced. A rumor has emerged online that WWE could be potentially revamping theme music for some of their stars. Responding to an article about the rumor, WWE star Baron Corbin seemed keen on having his theme song revamped. He simply responded, quote, "I'll take one." Corbin, he was defeated in 3 seconds by Cameron Grimes in Grimes' WWE debut match on Friday's episode of SmackDown. He recently broke his off-screen losing streak by winning during the WWE European tour, but he hasn't won on WWE television since November last year on an episode of Raw when he defeated Akira Tozawa in just over 3 minutes. So maybe he needs a new theme, a new gimmick. He had a manager in JBL, maybe he needs a new manager too. Let me know what you think when it comes to the WWE music scene right now. But there you go, guys. It's the latest WWE news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right-hand corner. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.